All right, good morning, agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing here. And today we are going to go over the optimization of a YouTube video for SEO, search engine optimization. So this is a great way to take a little bit of digital space away from some competitors and to increase your digital footprint out there online. So before we get into today's presentation, I'm going to bring Bill Seitz, corporate broker for Alta Realty Group, on the line. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Kevin.
All right, it's a blustery Wednesday on the California coast today. Pretty chilly out there, huh?
It is. If you're into dust and you're into freezing cold wind, yeah, today's your day.
Today's the day for you.
I woke up this morning. I went outside, and I don't park my car in the garage, and it's probably as dirty as it's ever been. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's weird. It's clear down here. It's really windy. And I'm sure it was windy up your way yesterday, and probably this morning still. But what a weird little weather pattern we're going into here.
For sure, I thought my roof was going to blow off last night.
I had a bet with my wife, Jackie, if she was trying to tell me that the wind wasn't going to be over 20 knots. I said, go outside right now.
You'd go tell me, honey.
Or she refused, so there was no winner. And I mean, I won in my own head, but you know.
Bill, you never win a bet with your wife. Just remember that.
That's right, I guess. Yeah, things are a little bit minor.
I learned that long ago. Yes, ma'am. Yes, darling.
But anywho, yeah. Cameron's not going to be on this morning, so I'm just gonna. If you want to pop up the 10-year real quick, I took a quick gander at it this morning on the financials.
Sure.
Seems to be a lot of talk of they're still trying to tame this inflation. So there we are, 3.91, and I think if we go back even 3 weeks or 4 weeks, we were probably at 3.4-ish, 3.5-ish. So rates have come roaring back, so to speak, here. We're not quite at the top where we were in September, but definitely rates have increased, and something to keep an eye on. Hopefully this is just a little short-term blip, but you know, it was nice. We were kind of getting back in that six range, and now most loans, depending on credit profile, probably into the 7s again, or knocking on the door. So just something to be mindful of, and hopefully it's short-lived. But yeah, the language out of the financials is they're still trying to wrangle the cost increases, and all the transportation costs that are going into goods and services that we use every day is why we have inflation. And so energy costs is the key driver there, and we know the energy markets are a mess.
That's a fact.
But other than that, that's really just not really going to go too deep in anything else as far as on the financials, Kev. That's really just a quick little update. Rates are not good this week.
No, they're not good. And it's so interesting because I'm reminded of my first mortgage that you helped me procure in about 2002 or 2003. And I was happy as a clam at 6.5.
Yeah, the only thing difference about that was your loan amount was a lot smaller. So
I was just going to say that, and all the home prices are much different now. So it's literally a math problem. It is a cash flow problem. And so that's why we're seeing the lack of sales.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to hear if anyone just has any comments in the chat as you're going through your maybe we can just come back to it at the end, but I'm seeing a little bit of a slowdown here in the higher end market, just associates and people that I know here in our local community. It seems like there's a little bit of a drag on the market, so to speak, with the higher financing and just the state of the economy. So be interested to see if other people are experiencing that in their local market, and if not, where are the markets that are still booming and what price points. Obviously real estate's a local, there's a broad component to it. We know that, a national broad component with financing and all the market variables that play into the equation, but it's still a local thing as well. So there's certain communities that are always hot, and always sell no matter what, because maybe the inventory never comes up, or maybe it's the scarcity, right, of certain properties in certain communities is just what constantly keeps the values intact, or very little variance in price points. But I do think as an overall, the market is definitely softening. And just reading some of those reports that Don had sent out this week, I don't know if you saw those, Kevin.
Yeah, I did.
I think with Redfin reporting losses, and gosh, who was the other one? I'll remember here shortly. But just some of these bigger, aggregate companies, the real estate companies are, they're having a little bit of struggles here in the end of last year into this first quarter. So just something to keep an eye on.
For sure. Time to double down on our efforts, because right now, if you're not doing as many deals, you have time. You have time to market. You have time to do all the stuff that we talk about, right? So time to double down on your efforts. Don't lay down and die. Get up there, fight it out, and get those deals. The deals are still being done, and so we just have to fight harder to get those.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Bill. Appreciate that. And before we go into our presentation for the day, I'm going to bring on Andrew Leone from Solar Reps. We've been having a lot of really, really good success with the Solar Reps program. It's been great for a lot of our agents, Keith Powers, and a lot of our agents, really, Rhonda Butler. And so we just want to bring on Andrew and have Andrew give us a little update. How are you doing today, Andrew?
Great. Good morning, Kevin. How are you?
Fantastic. Besides being a little cold, it's all good.
All right. Terrific. Well, I've got a real quick 5-minute update for you guys today.
Cool. Do you want to share your screen or anything?
Yeah, please.
Okay, great. You should have the ability. So go ahead and, oh wait, I got to make you a special panelist. Hold on. This is a big deal, Andrew. It's a big deal.
Yeah,
all right, you should be able to make yourself a panelist. And again, when you become a panelist, you do have to unmute yourself again. There you go. All right, take it away, Andrew, and you can definitely share your screen at this point.
All right. Okay, here we go. So yeah, as you guys know, the Solar Savers program, it's a quick, easy way to earn extra money for yourselves. And it was designed as a way to enhance your personal brand as realtors. The best way to elevate your personal brand is to establish to your clients that you're up on all the trends on all things real estate, and that you have solutions to these things. That's what makes you valuable. And I remember last week, Kevin, you mentioned that being right about the future is a ultimate brand enhancement for yourself. And you mentioned that Cameron seemed to have a crystal ball that when it comes to mortgage rates.
I don't know where he keeps, but I know he's got one.
Yeah, I think it could be argued that is the ultimate brand enhancement right there. So if you guys have been promoting the Solar Savers program, you've given people a very valuable warning that they need to get off the grid, that their utilities are subject to rate hikes at any given time. And you've certainly been correct about that. We've all seen since January, the prices on natural gas, for example, they've spiked. I think Cameron mentioned about 160%. I've been analyzing utility bills, and I've seen them go up as high as 300%. And all of these utilities kind of affect each other. So as a consequence, we're seeing people use more electricity now as they scramble to deal with those natural gas prices. They're doing things like using electric spot heaters rather than turning on their thermostat. And we're just seeing huge spikes in utility bills overall. So, sometimes the best thing you can give your clients is a warning. A warning can be like gold if you have an actionable solution to follow that. So the warning you should be giving all your clients right now is to get off the grid while you still can before April 15th. And you've got the solution to that. That's the Solar Savers program. So here's some things that you want to make people aware of. Basically, if you have solar, you have a fixed and predictable power rate. It's the same payment every month with solar. And let's be clear here. We've all seen this. There's absolutely nothing stopping these utility companies from just jacking up rates anytime they feel like it. You know, we're observing that in real time with natural gas. There's a strong chance that the same thing can happen with your electric bill. And if you're on the grid, you're going to be very vulnerable to that. I mean, here's the reality for everybody. If you're an SC&E customer, you're paying right now an average of 38 cents per kilowatt when you add in all the kind of junk fees that you see on your bill. And if you're an SDG&E customer, you're paying an average of 48 cents a kilowatt. And that's the second highest in the United States. So you're also dealing with things, you know, whammies, time of use charges, tier systems. Solar has none of that stuff. It's just a fixed payment. So, I mean, don't you think everyone who uses natural gas, for example, they wish they had a fixed payment right about now? You know, you can achieve this for your electric bill by going solar. You know, and many of you have asked me, you know, how much, you all know someone who's getting an electric car at some point. I get asked a lot, how much does your electric bill go up if you get an EV? You know, what we've seen is for an average person, at a minimum, their electric bill is going to go up 35% if they charge an EV. And that's just for people who drive it to and from work every day, okay? And now they're talking about banning all gas-powered vehicles by 2035. So these are all great reasons for people to go solar. So if you really want to enhance your brand, as we were discussing last week, I'd be warning everybody you can. I mean, it's very clear what's happening. The utilities companies are basically trying to trap everyone on the grid with this NEM 3.0 that's going to pass April 15th. You know, and once you're stuck on the grid, you're very likely to run into these massive rate hikes, like the same things that we've seen with natural gas. So you definitely want to get your people grandfathered in under net metering 2.0. And, you know, I've got to tell you guys, for homeowners, they don't want to be messing around with these NEM applications by themselves. You know, at this stage in the game, if they do it wrong, there won't realistically be time to resubmit those things, and they'll be just stuck on the grid after that. So everyone should know, you know, solar reps, as part of the process of going solar, we will handle their NEM application, and we know all the little tricks they play. You know, we've encountered all kinds of stalling tactics with the utility companies where they send these things back and it just doesn't get done on time. So we guarantee it will get done on time. They will beat that deadline. So when you guys do your referrals, you know, now that you guys know you have a real good background knowledge on this, you should lay down some background to your clients when you speak about this. Let them know the following things. Number one, they should get off the grid before NEM 3.0 hits. They're going to save money on their utilities. And more important for us as realtors, they're going to increase their home value, because it'll be houses that have cheap power will be scarce. It'll be largely unavailable after this passes. That's very good for resale.
Yeah, Andrew, real quick, do we know when that deadline is?
Yeah, it's April 15th.
Got it. I know you told me that, but I needed to be reminded.
Yep. So, you know, definitely let them know. I mean, the bad news is the deadline's coming. The good news is if they get grandfathered in, that's a terrific selling point in the future. I mean, I'm hearing figures like asking 4% to 5% more for some of these homes that have cheap power. And number four, I can do the intro with solar reps. Oh, I'm sorry, number three, I skipped it. You want to definitely mention there's no money out of pocket. And again, guys, I know a lot of you are getting that objection that, hey, this is too good to be true. Let your people know this is not too good to be true. These solar systems are expensive. You know, the average solar system can be $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. So we get a public company to pay for these systems. And your client, in turn, will buy the energy produced by the panels rather than buying the panels themselves. So it's not too good to be true. Somebody's got to pay. We get a public company to pay. And your homeowner, once again, they're just buying the energy produced by the system. That's the best way to go solar.
That's for sure. It's a no-brainer.
Yep. And so, no, I'll just wrap it up real quick. In conclusion, lay a strong referral foundation, you know, then rope them into the three-way text that constitutes the referral. That constitutes the warm handoff. Here's just a quick template for that. Any way you want to do it is fine. As you know, the referral fee is $2,500. You know, pick up some easy money for yourselves. There's never been a better time for solar referrals. And as always, Kevin, we're looking forward to cutting you guys some commission checks.
We love that. And again, guys, this is two different things going on here. First of all, you're going to be able to get extra revenue. That's great. But even more importantly, you're giving yourself a reason to contact your clients and the people in your sphere of influence. So this is a way to provide value to them. You're not just calling and saying, hey, how's your cat? Which occasionally we have to do as well. But this is a real meaningful phone call, a real meaningful, text and a communication that provides value. Everything we do, we want to provide value for our clients. That way we are real estate experts. We're not just realtors. We're real estate experts in our marketplace. So super good stuff, Andrew. Really appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah, and so of course, all of Andrew's contact information is right here. You can contact him anytime. He loves to chat with the agents. So thanks, Andrew.
You're very welcome.
All right, so today what we're going to talk about is, I'm going to switch gears here. We are going to talk about creating videos. So video and YouTube videos specifically are a great way to increase our digital presence in the digital space. So when people do searches for things like homes for sale in our area, we want our information to come up somehow. And of course, we are fighting with the biggest money in real estate: Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin. These are our competitors, so to speak. The sneaky little trick about YouTube videos and about YouTube in general is YouTube's owned by Google. And so they like to give us a little bit of a chance to optimize our videos so they can pop up in the search results page. And this is a brand new thing. I don't know if any of you have noticed this, but this is literally in the last 2 weeks. Google search results are now no longer on a page. I think everybody will remember up until 2 weeks ago, if you did a search result, or if you did a search on Google, you would be, okay, here's the first page, and there would be 10 results on a page. And so now it just keeps scrolling and scrolling and scrolling forever. So there's no longer that the page structure, which is really interesting. So we're literally just kind of monitoring this and seeing how this works. And then eventually we get down to more results. But this is literally like about 3 or 4 pages worth, in the old system, 3 or 4 pages worth of search results. So it's certainly changed it. They have changed their algorithm again, but most things still apply. Search engine optimization always comes down to content and keywords and links. Those are the 3 biggies. So we're going to show you what that means. So when we're up against companies like Zillow and Realtor.com and Redfin, these guys have billions of dollars, and they use it to advertise. And they also use it to create these massive websites that are high page rank websites, which means that they will rank higher. They're, Zillow, I don't know how many pages do you think Zillow.com is? It's millions of pages, right? So that has a much larger page rank than, say, a little website that, I just created, yesterday, which would have a 0. And so Zillow and Realtor.com, they probably have more like a 6 or 7 out of 9. So it's a big jump. So you'll notice in the search results. So I've done a search for homes for sale in Benicia, and specifically a community, kind of the higher end community of Benicia, which is called Water's End.
Right.
So you'll see that Water's End is a community, right? And so the communities within those cities are much easier for us to rank for on the first page or on the top, as you can see now, of these Google listings. So, trying to get our little video to rank for, Irvine real estate or San Diego real estate or Los Angeles real estate, it's just never going to happen. But, so it's just one of those things where we have to go in and we have to make sure that we are, making our videos optimized for a specific community within Los Angeles or Irvine or San Diego. So and we know that this is effective because we know that people search the internet for communities of where they want to buy homes. So for instance, homes for sale, Benicia, Water's End. So you'll notice that arghome.net, I have a one of her this particular agent, I have one of her YouTube videos embedded into our website, and I created a Water's End Benicia listings page within our website. Then we also have her video. So her video, as you can see, actually ranks on the search results for this particular term. And what's cool about that is this is every other listing that you see here is a static verbal or it's just words, right? It's not, there's no pictures, there's nothing. The first picture on this entire search results page is our YouTube video that we created, and I helped her create this. And that way this pops up. And so this has a lot more visibility than any of the other listings, right? So let's take a look at this video and why is it on the front page, or why is it on, in the search results pretty high up? And we're not going to listen to it, but I'm going to show you the quote unquote search engine optimization of this particular page. So the first thing is we always want to have a website. We want to have at least 2 or 3 outbound links. So take notes on this. This is important. First, the term that we are trying to optimize for needs to be in the title of the video itself. So title, search it, this particular keyword phrase. And so our keyword phrase in this example is Benicia listings Water's End. Okay, so notice that we have a web link, then we have Benicia listings Water's End. The exact same keyword phrase is the first thing that we talk about. Then we have a few different variations of recent listings for Benicia. Check out this video to see recent listings of homes for sale in Benicia, right? And so we're trying to say these keywords in a natural way. We're not trying to stuff this, thing, but we want to have some kind of natural information. So notice what I've done here. I went to, I think probably Wikipedia, and I did a search for, what is some things about Benicia. Well, I just went in here and took some of their information, changed it a little bit to my own words, and now we have this nice little blurb about Benicia. So what does that do? That makes this relevant for the term Benicia and homes for sale in Benicia and listings in Benicia and all of those little related keywords that are going to eventually lead us or lead someone to one of these, to this page. And then of course they can click on our website and they could go to our website. So the second part of this is down here. Of course, we want to have another link, an outbound link to a non-competing website. What does that mean? That means that we want to have, in this case, I want to link this to some information about Benicia. Okay, it's not another real estate site. It's not another competitive kind of a website. This is just something completely, just about Benicia. So it's relevant for that term. So we have established that that's a good outbound link to a relevant website that, you know, is also about Benicia, right? And then this is a fun little trick that I like to do. So what I always do with these is I will do a search for my keyword phrase, Benicia listings, Water's End. And let's just do that. This is a fun trick. They always give you related search terms. See this, related searches. So what I do is I literally copy these terms and I put those terms at the bottom here, related topics, because you're telling Google already told us what they are. These are the related search terms in Google's eyes. So why wouldn't we take that information and listen to Google and say, okay, yeah, we agree. These are all, you know, related searches. And the only thing you have to look out for is stuff like this, Benicia Homes for Sale, Zillow. Well, we don't want to send anybody to Zillow. So we would omit that one, but we would put the rest of those down here. And I even have Trulia Benicia in here too. And these aren't links, you know, these are just static words. So literally that is the quote unquote optimization of this video. So we created the video, and we always create our videos in Canva. We just go into Canva, we click videos, and you know, they can give us some kind of a layout if we want. If we don't care about that, we just click on video, create a blank video, upload our images of, you know, homes or listings in the area. We literally just upload them here, they'll end up here, and then we just start dragging them over. And we have our next, and this one's going to be this is going to be displayed for 5.4 seconds. And then we add another one and we drag in another picture, right? So it's literally that easy to create these videos. We can set them to some music, we can animate them, you know, have fun with creating the videos. That's the fun part. Once we've done that, then we go to YouTube. Everybody should have a YouTube channel, and we click create. We upload the video, and away we go. We go through all the steps, we upload the video, and then we start optimizing the video, just as I showed you, with all these specific things in the info area. That's where the magic is. There's also tagging and a few other little tricks like that, but this is, if you just copy this particular, you know, format, that's a pretty good way to start. Another thing I always like to do is include a phone number, right? Put that phone number out there. So that's, you know, I know it sounds easy, but it really is just that, you know, easy to go through, upload the video, optimize it like this. And of course, I'm here to help. So if you've optimized your video and, you know, you want me to take a look at it, of course, I'll take a look at it. But that is a really good way. And in a perfect world, what you would do is you would have a little video for every little community within your farm and adjacent farms, right? And you can just keep making these little videos. They're fun. And you don't want these videos to be anything more than about a minute, right? A long video, that's not going to do anybody any good. Nobody needs to look at it. You just want these people to, you know, to land on your stuff and see who you are and call your phone number, right? And end up on your website, all that kind of stuff. So, Bill, any big takeaways for you for today's presentation about video optimization?
Yeah, I think we've shown some examples in the past of like what Katrina Smith has done down here in Corona del Mar. She does a great job with her videos. A lot of times I think she takes when she does like drone footage from some of her listings, she'll recycle that footage. I think that's a good thing to do. Some of your photo shoots, community shoots that you've done with other listings are good for bigger, you know, an aggregate community video.
For sure. And so that's the other thing is like, you know, there's so many different kinds of videos that you can make, but just know that, and even Katrina, she could use a little help in optimizing some of these videos for, to actually have them come up in the search results in Google. I mean, if you go to Instagram or Facebook, she is all over the place and she does a great job there. But it just goes to show that there are, Google is also a really important place to have all of your information, right?
Yeah, and I think that the real big takeaway is you're circumventing the major power players and you're competing with them on the local level. So,
Yeah.
Whether you're in Newport Shores or you're in Big Bear or Del Mar, Sacramento, doesn't matter. The micro community competition is not the macro competition. So it's not like
No.
San Diego real estate or LA real estate, or you know what I mean. Obviously, that's the big takeaway I think for the agents to understand is that you can compete on that local community level with the big boys and not have and have a fair shot at it.
For sure. No, that's a really good point, Bill. So if you guys are interested in, tackling that, of course, make an appointment with me and we can get that done together. But it is an opportunity to, do that hyper local, hyper focused advertising. And we know that there's not as many people searching those terms, but the people that are searching those terms are very focused. They most likely are way down the buying pipeline. And they know that they want to, when I was looking for my home, I knew exactly where I wanted to move, to be honest. I mean, I had an idea and I was, of course, looking for, at other things, but I knew the specific community that I wanted to move to. And I'm not, different than a lot of people. So easy way to kind of, compete with those big boys, as you said. All right, agents. Well, Bill, thanks for that. And agents, I appreciate you guys coming on the line today. Get out there, make it a great week and make it a productive week. And we'll see all of you on the webinar next week. Have a great day.